Welcome to the Carnival 30-minute tour.
Hey, Shaq. It's a 30-second tour.
And, of course, the economy could be affected by any new tariffs on Canadian products, a challenge for the next leader of Canada. And tonight, a critical election there to replace Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Molly Hunter is following that race and joins us now with more. And, Molly, we have just learned in the last couple of minutes who the winner is.
Hallie, that's right. Minutes ago, we have learned there is a new incoming Canadian Prime Minister. It is Mark Carney who won the leadership contest tonight by a landslide, Hallie, getting 85.9% of the vote. He's the former governor of the Bank of Canada and Bank of England.
Just breathe, Garth. Work it out.
What happened to your arm?
Oh, it's gift from Kane.
Like the wrestler?
I wish. That would be awesome. No, the Old Testament dude. He got all biblical on me and gave me his mark.
What does it even mean? How did that happen?
Crowley and I found him and he gave me this so that I could 86 Abaddon once and for all.
You worked a job with Crowley?
The devil you know.
What's the profession?
Yeah, which profession are we talking about?
Just look at it. Is it a legal profession?
Of course it's legal. It's only my profession. I'm trying to read it.
Okay.
It's too many diamonds.
Yeah, that's too bright. That's too bright.
Go ahead anyway. Oh, Mason, are you a Mason?
Of course I am.
Okay.
No, man, it's like...
And now it's 26.
Welcome aboard! Ocean! Skyride! Mini golf. Relax, relax, relax!
And Canadians tonight, Hallie, are hopeful that Carney will steady the ship and offer a reset in their relationship with President Trump.
Buy your tickets right over here. See number 5. You guys are going to get jailed for Here they go. Watch this. Here you go. Here comes ugly. Come on. Rub one of them out. Target's over here, dummy.
Amid the trade war and threats about annexing Canada. Following the announcement of tariffs earlier this year, Carney said in a rare interview, President Trump probably thinks Canada will cave in, but we are going to stand up to a bully. We're not going to back down.
You take this man to be your husband?
I do.
Married. No time for basketball. Pool. Carnival. Choose fun.
Now, Carney's platform centered on boosting Canada's economy. He will likely be sworn in this week.
What do you do?
I'm a waitress.
I bet you get a lot of tips.
Put one in my mouth.
I tell you, if I had the money for a bus ticket, I'd leave right now.
Well, it sounds to me like you ought to be traveling with us.
You're going to talk about this girl the rest of your life. Baby Madonna.
What am I?
Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am outraged. Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
I'm talking about Donna.
There ain't no room in the middle with those guys.
Gary Busey, Jodie Foster, Robbie Robertson, Carney.
Although this is white and gold, what I picture in my mind that it's a rainbow effect. Lonnie is Mrs. Trump. Her beauty lives 5,000 miles past heaven. Have you ever had your genitalia so excited that it spins like a Ferris wheel in a carnival ride?
Carney's triad is characterized by the coexistence of 3 distinct tumors, such as gastric gastrointestinal stromal tumors, paragangliomas, and pulmonary chondromas. It is sporadic and more common in females.
Carney-Strataki syndrome is of autosomal dominant inheritance characterized by the combination of gastrointestinal stromal tumors, most common in stomach and paragangliomas.
Oh my God. I did not see that coming. That's impossible.
No way. That was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
When I said always be the smartest guy in the room.
We were in agreement.
Okay, right.
And Lee.
I have never seen her speechless.
I take that as a huge compliment. Hey, listen, for the record, I have always been a 100% believer in the amount of energy I have expended to keep these infidels on point. Merritt, you're in. God bless. Come.
What on earth are the Rhodes Scholarships? Well, there's a good chance you've heard of them. Bill Clinton was a scholar. They're mentioned in loads of Hollywood movies. But we know that there are still some things about what exactly the Rhodes Scholarships are that are a little confusing. So here goes. The scholarships have been going since 1903. Back then, the scholarship used to require you to be an athletic and able man. But that's not true anymore. Now, Rhodes Scholarships give all really good postgraduate students from all corners of the world and all fields of study the chance to go to Oxford University. You can study any subject that Oxford has to offer, which is a lot. And you can apply from loads of different countries, and more are being added all the time. All of that means getting in is hard, but in a good way. You don't have to know a special handshake or have elite family connections. You do have to be incredibly passionate about your chosen subject and have outstanding intellect, character, leadership, and commitment to service.
The real magic is taking 4 strong solo acts and making them all work together. And that's exactly what you did. So welcome.
That means helping and working with others to make a positive change. Once you're in, you'll be like any student at Oxford. You'll have a college where you live and eat and play sport, and a department where you'll have classes and a library. Unlike other Oxford students, you'll also have Rhodes House. This is a lovely place in the middle of the city where you can meet with other scholars, study, and host and attend talks and seminars. And there's people to help you too. The porters, Mary, and the warden. And you never really stop being a Rhodes Scholar. You'll join a very strong and supportive international community for life.
Welcome to the Eye.
So you can come back whenever you like and meet tons of people. The application process is pretty straightforward. You just tell us about yourself, and then there's a series of interviews in your region. The rest is up to you. But the point is that the scholarship makes it easier for you to get the most out of Oxford University, academically, socially, personally, and financially. Your award pays for your college and uni fees and includes a personal stipend and 1 return flight to Oxford.
Many of you missed your prom, sporting events, and celebration with your friends, but you were quick to find new ways to stay connected and active while remaining focused on finishing your education. You proved to the entire world that you can set your mind to something important, push through and succeed, showing all of us that you, our next generation, already possess the
That's how beautiful she is.
It is caused by mutations in the succinate dehydrogenase complex genes, is more common in females in their 20s.
Carney complex is a rare genetic disorder characterized by multiple endocrine tumors as well as endocrine overactivity, such as those affecting the pituitary, adrenal, and thyroid glands, along with skin pigmentation abnormalities called lentiginase. It is caused by mutations in specific genes and may also involve cardiac and other myxomas.
John Dee, the greatest mind of the Elizabethan era, friend of Queen Elizabeth, colleague of Sir Philip Sidney, converser with angels, mathematician par excellence, determined, under the influence of the mysterious Edward Kelly, that he was to be the center of an alchemical renaissance and a secret society that would lay the groundwork for the continuation of the dream of Astrea, the dream built around the Elizabethan Queen Elizabeth I. He associated himself intensely with the Arthurian mythical and mystical side of the Elizabethan idea of British Empire. He was a Welshman, like the Queen he was so intensely devoted to, and like her he shared the Renaissance mood of Saturnian melancholy, a collector of books, a builder of scientific instruments, a composer of codes and ciphers, fascinated with alchemy. Dee was both the figure of the introspective melancholic and the world-planning, empire-building political visionary.
One of the reasons he came up with the idea of 007 is, of course, you've heard the story of John Dee signing the letters, the important information to Queen Elizabeth I, 007. And for centuries, I guess people have assumed that that's the 00 and a 7. But back in the day, nobility and royalty, especially Queen Elizabeth I, they used to wear lorgnettes. And those are eyeglasses with a handle, which is 00 and then the handle meaning 7. And what that was stating was when John Dee would sign that on the paperwork that was sent in the communications, it was for her eyes only, for the Queen, for her eyes only. And even James Bond movie, there's a James Bond movie for your eyes only. So that's what it was. It wasn't necessarily a 7. It was 00 and then the lorgnette.
Hey guys, what's up? So today I wanted to show you another one of my eBay acquisitions. And I saw these and I fell in love with them. So these are antique spectacles or folding lorgnette glasses. And these are like almost like opera glasses in a way. And a lady would have wore them around her neck with this chain here. And not only were these functional, these were actually a work of art. So it was a piece of jewelry as well. And a lady would walk around, hold these up to her eyes with this little handle here. I don't know if you can see that. And it's quite ornate and beautiful. And she would actually be able to read with these or go to the opera and spy on people. Yes, people used these type of glasses just to see what other people were doing.
From Facebook, you've got, it looks like 2 balls and a cane, 2-ball cane, which comes from that. The Facebook, which we all know, they're spying on us. They use Facebook. We freely give information to Facebook when we open it up. That's why they call it a profile. It's a profile on you, and you share what you eat, everything. There's no telling what people share on Facebook. I just share information. I don't share my personal information on there. But anyway, Facebook used as spying, which also James Bond, spying, the connection. James Bond is a spy for the Queen of Great Britain. It's all connected, all symbolism mixed with reality that is going on now. So you see the connections there also in Freemasonry. The first reference to Tubal Cain in Freemasonry is found in the Legend of the Craft, where he's called the founder of Smithcraft. Tubal Cain was a master of forging weapons, in which 33rd degree Freemasonry and Master Rosicrucian. Manly P. Hall. This is what he says. This is about him and his weapons. The Mason must follow in the footsteps of his forefather Tubal Cain, who, with the mighty strength of a war god, hammer his sword into a plowshare.
have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Tubal-Cain is the password given in the 3rd degree of Blue Lodge of Master Mason. So, I mean, it's all through Masonry. We know NASA is covered with Freemasons. We shouldn't believe anything they're telling you.
This is intriguing. I believe the word is evil, people. Evil! This'll come in real handy when they redecorate hell. Can't you just feel the darkness, the dark forces working within it? It's enough to make a nun go bald. This piece represents man's eternal quest to destroy the Alaskan king crab in his natural habitat. Either that or it's just a big ugly eye and I hate it.
You did to my painting!
I'm giving it a sty.
Stop it, you idiot! Stop it! It took me 4 hours to create a great piece of art and you've ruined it!
I've seen better art in the bathroom at Sizzler, honey. How are you, Truman?
Vital signs are good.
Lights.
Cue the signs.
Camera.
Yeah! Hey, Truman! Sorry, can't stop!
Truman.
Say something. You're on television. You're live to the whole world. That's amazing.
Jim Carrey is Truman Burbank.
Wanna do it again? No!
In what Esquire magazine calls the movie of the decade.
It's a miracle!
The Truman Show, rated PG.
We're at Santa Calagon on the carnival rides. We're gonna ride all the carnival rides.
For the first time in history, an American president pays an official visit to Canada as President Truman is warmly welcomed by Viscount Alexander, Governor General of the Dominion. Then a greeting from Prime Minister Mackenzie King, who has been his guest in Washington on several occasions. Parliament Hill is the center of attraction as the President and Prime Minister attend a joint session of the Senate and House of Commons.
Simply put, this country and this world benefit from your commitment to Jesuit principles, to being men.
There's a fuller picture to bring into focus. A way to live more truthfully, more faithfully, more mindfully, purposefully.
As a graduate of another great Jesuit institution, Xavier University, I have great affection for the value and purpose of a Jesuit education.
Thoughtfully, more fully, because when you open your eyes, when you look around and take in the full picture, you'll discover this is so much more than you ever thought possible.
Despite being confined to a wheelchair, Charles Xavier's mutant abilities are phenomenally strong. Hi, welcome to WatchMojo.com. I'm your host, Derek Allen, and today we'll explore the background of Professor X, the founder of the X-Men. We have chosen to primarily follow the storyline which unfolded in the original X-Men comics. Son of nuclear researcher Brian Xavier, Charles grew up unaware of his abnormal abilities. As a boy, his father would be killed during an experiment gone awry, and shortly after, his mother Sharon would marry Kurt Marco, Brian's former colleague. Charles's new stepbrother Cain would bully him constantly and would grow to be extremely jealous of Charles's superior academic and athletic abilities. Cain would discover a mystical ruby that would ultimately give him powers to become the superhuman Juggernaut, a villain Professor X, and the X-Men would battle frequently in the future. Discovering his mutant nature and his tremendous ability to read people's minds, Charles would use these skills to help him excel at most things he tried. As a side effect to his powers, Charles would lose his hair while still young. Charles would first meet Magnus while in Egypt. The two would spend much time discussing mutant-human relations. However, in the end, they discovered that they could never agree. Magnus would eventually become Charles and the X-Men's greatest foe as Magneto.
Aleister Crowley called the wickedest man in the world. But who was he really? Crowley was an occultist, a self-proclaimed prophet, and the founder of his own religion, Thelema. To him, life was about one thing: do what thou wilt. His dark rituals and bizarre teachings drew him followers and enemies alike. Some called him a genius, others pure evil. And here's the twist. His influence didn't die with him. From rock stars to filmmakers, Crowley's shadow stretches far.
After trying to interfere with the alien Lucifer's planned invasion of Earth, Charles Xavier's legs were crushed under a large stone block, forever crippling him and confining him to a wheelchair. After this, Charles would return to the United States, earning a PhD in anthropology, as well as studying psychiatry and mutation. Charles began enrolling young mutants in a new school aimed at training them to use their extraordinary skills for humanity's benefit, dubbing his students the X-Men because of the extra abilities that they had that normal humans lacked. Professor X's first batch of students and superheroes were Cyclops, Iceman, Angel, Beast, as well as Jean Grey, also known as Marvel Girl.
Ever seen a strange symbol in pop culture? You might just be looking at Crowley's mark.
Gad, Sherlock Hemlock here, the world's greatest detective, and I believe the letter following W is X.
What does it mean to be a Catholic university? It means we are committed to the ideals of Catholic social teaching. Here at Xavier, it means we support the life and dignity of every individual person.
X marks the spot. X marks the crossroads. Two straight lines crossing over in the middle. That's the letter you must see to find the treasure or the clue or the X-ray machine that's looking right inside of you.
Near and far. It means we hear the call to be in community with one another, and we answer. It means we are always working to better support and serve the poor and vulnerable in our communities. It means we show love and respect for God's creation, and we care for our common home. Whether you identify as Catholic or not, there is a home for you here. At Xavier, we see you as a whole person with diverse needs, and we aim to support you. Physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually.
X is the letter without which one could not do. X marks the spot. X stands for danger.
We are rooted in a Jesuit tradition. The Society of Jesus, commonly described as Jesuit, is a Roman Catholic order of priests and brothers known for valuing social and environmental justice.
Two straight lines crossing over in the middle, saying, here's the railroad crossing. And sometimes it means there's pirates, or at worst it means there's poison. And in case these thoughts of X are vexing you, X stands for xylophone too.
Interreligious understanding and service to others, especially the poor and socially marginalized. Inspired by the life and works of St. Ignatius and his companion, our namesake, St. Francis Xavier, we believe every member of our community, no matter their background or experience, can be a person of learning and reflection, of integrity and achievement, in solidarity for and with others. All for one, and one for all.
President Trump, who attended Fordham, a Jesuit university, came face-to-face today with the first Jesuit pope. The rest is history.
Do whatever the tube tells you. You're dressed like the tube.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, save the people from the villains, catch the crooks who rob the stores, write my name upon the sky, and when you call me, I'll be there, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh, and count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna be the man that saves the world. Yeah.
Even if I disregard the Uncle Carl factor, at best I have 60 years left.
How long, huh?
60 only takes me to here. I need to get to here.
What's there?
The earliest estimate of the singularity, when man will be able to transfer his consciousness into machines and achieve immortality.
So you're upset about missing out on becoming some sort of freakish, self-aware robot?
By this much?
You eat like the tube, you raise your children like the tube, you even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs! In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion.
Restrictions are freedom. The government is your family. The new normal is here. Pharmaceutical companies love you.
What are you doing with the rest of your life?
Catching up on some me time, find God.
My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. Bless his name. My soul, it loves Jesus. Oh, yes it does. Oh, yes it does. Oh, yeah, my soul. My soul. Over in the midnight hour, my soul. He speaks to my soul. Tells me everything is gonna be alright. Jesus set me free. I hope he set you free.